fair winds of Lanzarote make a perfect winter training base for a team aiming to make history. The tourist attractions of the Canary Islands are very different from the hardships the team will face when they become the first all-female crew in over a decade to take on the Volvo Round-the-World Ocean Race. Three of the 11 aboard are British and are some of the country's most experienced sailors. They include Olympian Annie Lush, Sam Davis, who's already sailed round the world solo, and Abby Ehler, who was part of the last all-woman crew to compete in the race.
Come on, accelerate.
They face a brutal training regime that begins at 7 every morning. Whilst race rules allow for 3 extra crew aboard the women's boat, the sailors are determined to be even fitter than their male opponents.
We are girls. We do have a disadvantage naturally, physically, and as much as we can make up to the guys in that is good. So I don't know if they're going to be pushing as hard as in the gym as we are, but yeah, we've got to push harder than them, basically.
Hold it. Okay, it's on the lock.
In the toughest conditions, the sailors can consume between 6,000 and 10,000 calories in 24 hours. That's 5 times more than normal. The food is freeze-dried and conditions below deck are dark and cramped.
We've got 6 bunks. There's 2, 2 and 2. So you jump in your bunk and then you basically use this to count yourself up so that you're not falling out. It's very primitive, but it's everything that we need. You transfer the boiling water into our freeze-dried meal. You leave it for about an hour to rehydrate, and then we just scoop it into dog bowls and we eat out of dog bowl. I think the most uncomfortable thing is probably the conditions that you have to use it in. I would liken it to being sat in a portaloo and having all your mates wiggling on the outside. It's like being on a rodeo.
I was brought up as a kid on my mum and dad's boat watching the starts and finishes of what was the Whitbread Round the World Race at the time, in the Solent, just being awestruck by this race. I would never even have imagined when I was a kid that I would do it one day.
Next year's race will take them 40,000 miles across 5 oceans, stopping off in 10 ports. It's an exceptional physical and psychological test, especially for the 3 mums on board, who all have 2-year-old boys.
I've got to feel sure that when I go offshore, that is happy and being loved and looked after, and then it's absolutely fine and it's not a problem.
7 of the 11 crew have been confirmed, leaving 4 places up for grabs. The trials for those spots are ongoing, but why put yourself through the deprivation and pain that comes with it?
Sailing's an amazing sport. We are some of the last adventurers. We get to sail around the planet, powered by the wind, which is nature, and I think that's pretty amazing.
And that adventure will last 9 months, a test of human endurance, a dream to become the first all-female crew to win one of the toughest races in sport.